You know that feeling when you're scrolling and everything seems almost too perfect? The news you see, the shows that get recommended, the products that pop up, it's like it was all made just for you. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden forces that are shaping your online world. And it all kicks off with one big question.
And this really hits the nail on the head, right? This isn't just about making your life easier. Nope, this is about control. See, from the second you go online, these incredibly smart systems are chugging away in the background. And they're not just guessing what you want, they're actively steering you.
So that's what we're digging into today. Who, or maybe a better question is what, is the architect of your digital life, the one you live in and day out? Let's go find out who's really driving this thing.
Okay, so Section 1, meet the digital architects. And right off the bat, a little spoiler for you, these architects, they're not people. It's not some team sitting in a dark room pulling levers. No, the unseen hand shaping your experience, it's algorithms. Now, I know the word algorithm can sound a little techy, a little intimidating, but really, just think of it like a recipe. It's just a set of instructions that tells a computer what to do with a bunch of information. And in our digital world, guess what that information is? It's you.
And this is how it all works, in this simple loop. It starts with your data. Every single click, every video you watch, every post you like, that's the input. Then the algorithm gets to work, processing all of that, analyzing your behavior to figure you out. Then, bam, you get the output, a personalized recommendation. But here's the really clever part. Step 4. Your reaction to that recommendation, whether you click it or ignore it, that becomes the next piece of input. So with every single cycle, this loop gets tighter, and the algorithm's understanding of you gets sharper.
A perfect example of this in the wild is what you could call the Netflix effect. Think about it. Netflix doesn't just show you a massive library of stuff. It actively pushes you, it nudges you toward what it thinks you'll want to watch. It's designed to get you binge-watching by auto-playing that next episode. And over time, this creates a personalized echo chamber, a bubble where you're mostly just seeing things that are similar to what you've already watched. That is the algorithmic loop in action, right there on your TV screen.
Okay, so now we get how these things work. But let's move on to the really big question. Why? Why are they built this way? What's the end game for these digital architects?
And here it is, the big reveal. The number one goal, the primary objective for the vast majority of these algorithms is to maximize your engagement. They are built and fine-tuned for one thing and one thing only, to keep your eyes glued to that screen for as long as humanly possible. So, why is your engagement so important? Well, you guessed it, it's about money. As this chart shows, there's a straight line connecting these two things. The more time you spend watching and clicking, the more ad revenue the platform makes. In this whole system, your attention isn't just something they want, it's the actual product that's being sold. And this is the secret weapon they use to do it. It's a concept called choice architecture. You've seen this in real life. Think about how a grocery store puts all the candy and magazines right by the checkout line. They're not forcing you to buy anything, but they are designing the environment to make it a really easy, really tempting choice. It's a gentle nudge, not a hard shove, and it is happening constantly in your digital life.
But you know, this whole thing goes way beyond just what shows you watch or what ads you see. These exact same ideas are now being used to make some pretty critical decisions out there in the real world.
I mean, just take a look at this list. The price you pay for a ride, who you get matched with on a dating app, whether or not you get approved for a loan, if your resume even gets seen by a human. These aren't just small things. These are huge, life-altering moments being decided, not by a person, but by a piece of code.
And this is where it gets really dangerous. See, the whole idea, the intended goal is great. Let's use data to take human bias out of the equation and make truly fair decisions. But here's the catch. What if the data you feed the algorithm is already biased? What if your historical hiring data reflects decades of human prejudice? Well, the algorithm doesn't magically fix that. It learns the bias and then it puts it on steroids, automating discrimination at a massive scale.
And the rabbit hole goes even deeper. The very same tech that can perfectly recommend a new song can also be used to create brand new realities out of thin air. Realities that look and feel completely real, but are totally fake. We're talking about deep fakes, synthetic media. It's getting harder and harder to tell what's real and what's not. Now look, I know this all sounds pretty heavy, maybe even a little scary. But the goal here isn't to freak you out, it's to make you aware. Because knowledge is power.
And there are absolutely things we can do to take back some control, to reclaim our own ability to choose. So, here's a simple 3-step toolkit you can start using today. First, just recognize the nudge. The next time something is recommended to you, just take a half-second pause and ask yourself, wait, why am I seeing this? Second, practice a little critical thinking. Make a real effort to step outside your bubble and look for different points of view. And third, make conscious choices. Instead of just mindlessly scrolling, be the one who actively decides what you're going to watch, read, and listen to.
And while all those individual steps are super important, the real solution has to be bigger. At the end of the day, what we need is systemic change. We have to push for a future where the companies building these incredibly powerful tools are way more transparent about how they work and are held accountable for the impact they have on all of us.
Which leaves us with this one last really important question. An algorithm at its core is just a tool. It's like a hammer. You can use a hammer to build a house, or you can use it to tear one down. So the most critical question isn't about the technology itself. It's about who gets to hold it and what they decide to do with it. Thanks for watching.